Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about an interesting perspective on the birth of Jesus. Some scholars argue that Jesus was not actually born of a virgin. In the original Hebrew text, the word oft and translated as virgin actually means small or young woman. Even Billy Carson, a speaker on the Flagrant podcast, shared the same viewpoint. This implies that Mary and her mother, both described as lagas in the text, were simply young women. If Jesus was truly God's only son, wouldn't it make sense for God to create him after the invention of modern camera technology? After all, having a visual representation of his son would allow people to connect with and aspire to him. Surprisingly, the Bible suggests that Jesus was born long before cameras existed and tragically died at the age of 33. It's hard to fathom why God, with all his power, couldn't save his own beloved son. The concept of God being the father to all sons and daughters is an intriguing one. Jesus himself said, "Ye are gods," suggesting that if he is a form of God, then we are too. Jesus came to show us how to live, not to be immortalized or idolized. Perhaps in the future, we may even witness the return of the real Jesus on earth. It's difficult to say for certain, but it's a thought worth considering. Could the Bible be nothing more than a collection of myths? That's a question we may never have a definitive answer to. One thing is for sure. Every story in the Bible can find similarities in different aspects of our own lives. This connection between the stories and our experiences is powerful and thought-provoking. So, was Jesus truly God's son? Some would argue that we are all children of God, including the animals. And yes, Jesus was divine, but so are we all. Everything in this world comes from God, and divinity is inherent in everything, including the universe itself. Jesus was known for his miracles, but some see these acts as nothing more than manipulation of energy. They argue that anyone can tap into this power. In fact, there are those who claim to have summoned rain simply by snapping their fingers. I even have a witness to such an event. Native relatives of mine have demonstrated similar abilities. Does this mean that we are all akin to Jesus? It's a question that remains open for discussion. In the end, let us reflect on the notion that Jesus' message was not about worshiping or idolizing him, but rather he aimed to guide us on how to live our lives. The divine spark within each of us allows us to connect with the greater power of the universe. So, as we explore the mysteries surrounding Jesus and his legacy, let us not lose sight of the divinity within ourselves and the potential for miracles that lie within our grasp.